Good day, all. This is Charles with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, America's #1 dispatcher and freight broker training. In an effort to provide consistent content that's valuable or of value to you guys, to the members, I'm creating this video for the how to navigate the SAFER website to get to the FMCSA Register. FMCSA stands for Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. It is navigated to from the SAFER website. The SAFER website is a company snapshot of the FMCSA where you can look up brokers, carriers, shippers based off of their DOT number, their MC number, or the name of the company. We use the resource for several things. Today, particularly, we're going to go into the register. The purpose of going into the register is to see those individuals who have applied, initially filed for their operating authority. So they haven't gotten their authority. It's not active yet, but they have applied for it. So that's the purpose of this video today, and we're going to navigate through the members portal to do so. So sit back, relax, and here we go. Okay, so from the website, go under this Dispatcher 101, go to the members portal. On the members portal page, we'll scroll down to past the modules to an area called Tool and Resource Materials. Okay, we're going to click Tools and Resources button. All right, and on the Tools and Resources page, we'll scroll down past all the documentation, and we're going to come to SAFER website. So, and if you click the image, and it will open up another tab in your browser to the SAFER website. Remember, SAFER is an acronym, stands for Safety and Fitness Electronic Record System. It's a company snapshot. The company snapshot is a concise electronic record of company's identification, size, commodity, and safety record, including the safety rating, if any, a roadside out of service inspection summary, and crash information. Okay, so that's that. Company snapshot is available via ad hoc query, one carrier at a time, free of charge. So I'm going to put some sample data in here for an MC number from a carrier. I'll put the first one in here. So you can either put the carriers or the truck driver or the owner operators. You can look them up by DOT number. You just click the DOT radio button. The MC number, you click the MC number radio button, MC/MX. MX is an authority, having an operating authority in Mexico. That's what MX stands for. MC is the Motor Carrier Authority. Typically for the United States and Canada. And then you could also look up by name, the name of the company. I'm doing MC, and I'm gonna hit search, okay? So I get to this screen here. This screen contains a lot of useful information. For now, we're just navigating to the register, okay? So from this screen, once you get a result of your search, up here where it says other information for this carrier, you will click the licensing and insurance link, okay? Click that. Now you're coming to this page. Once you get to this page, you can get more information by checking the box and filling this in. But we are going to the FMCSA Register, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go up here where it says choose menu option to drop down, and we're going to select FMCSA Register, and then we're going to click go, okay? Now you have the FMCSA Register selection. The FMCSA posts reports in 2-week increments, 2-week increments. So from the 10th to the 14th, that's 1 week, and the week prior from the 3rd to the 7th of January of this year, 2022, okay? So, and you can have some other data down here, you can read about them as well. I'm going to select the oldest one, not the most current one. So I'm going to select that. So if you click any of the links, the PDF report links, it takes you to the actual U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, which is FMCSA Register. I want to enlarge this a little bit, okay? And it contains, this one is 149 pages. So the register contains any changes that were made, like name changes, transfers, any authorities that were revoked, any individuals who applied for a new authority. We are going to the area of the fitness area. So remember, SAFER stands for Safety and Fitness Electronic Record. So the F in SAFER is fitness. So fitness being compliance, things of that nature. So in the register, you have a fitness and a non-fitness. The fitness and a non-fitness area defines the type of owner-operator that you are targeting. We are targeting interstate. So there's a difference between interstate and intrastate. Intrastate, I-N-T-R-A, and an interstate, I-N-T-E-R. So intrastate are those owner-operators, carriers, trucks that can transport freight only within their state limits, the boundaries of the state. Like Texas, for example, if you have an intrastate authority, you can only haul freight within the state. If you have an interstate operating authority, then you can cross the state lines and go to other states as well. So as dispatchers, obviously, we want to target interstate carriers because we want to increase our revenue opportunity by moving freight across state lines to different states, going over the road. The further the distance, the potential to make more money, conceivably. Okay, so I'm going to put, I'm going to move forward here and put a page number in here. You can edit this and advance up to a page number. Okay. Transfers. So we got transfers. I'm going to scroll to non-fitness. Okay. So non-fitness defines the type of carriers who fall under that category. So you have motor common and motor contract carriers of household goods. That's who we're not targeting those carriers. Okay. So remember, with the operating authority for motor carriers, there are 4 types. There are common carriers, contract carriers, passenger carriers, and household goods. We as independent freight dispatchers are targeting the common carriers of property except household goods. So that being the case, I'll repeat that. Common carriers of property except household goods. And you will see except household goods in the parentheses when you look at it. So those type of carriers that we are targeting do not fall under the non-fitness category. So we're going to scroll down to the fitness category, okay, which is right here. Okay. The fitness category. So fitness only target motor, common, and contract carriers of property. And remember what I just said in parentheses, except household goods. What are household goods? Household goods are like people's properties inside the homes, like the moving companies. Those are household good carriers or household good brokers who move like military families, things of that nature. We're not focusing on those. We are focusing on motor common carriers, and I'm highlighting here, of property except household goods who are interstate, not intrastate. So when you come to the register, the category or the section of the register that you want to browse to or navigate to will always be the fitness section. Okay, this is how you read this now. It has the number, their MC number or their FF number. FF is freight forwarders. We're not dealing with freight forwarders. We're dealing with MC numbers. But I just want to show you the headers here. So number, the file date, that's the date that they're filed, not the date that their authority became active. It's the date that they filed, okay? Yeah, so keep that in mind, this file date. So the date that you see when you come to the fitness section is not the date that their authority became active. It is the date that they filed to have an authority. And then there's another period of time that they have to go through a process, getting the insurance and all these other requirements. before their authority is granted, okay? And then you have the applicant's name and a representative from that. So the applicant in this case is a company, and the representative from that company is a person, okay? And probably someone who works in the office, okay? So, but that's how you read the headers. So the 3 or 4 columns, the column with the number, the column with the date, the column with the applicant and the representative of the act. Sometimes the applicant and the representative could be the same company or the same person. So we're going to scroll down since this is an alphabetical order. So obviously F's are before M's. But let me show you how to read this first. So the numbers are first, the date, the applicant, and the representatives. And then under that is the type of authority that they applied for. Okay. In this case, since it's FF, they are a freight forwarder of property except household goods, so on and so forth. So now when you scroll down to the M sections, let's get to one of the M's, MC numbers right here, MC. So this first one here, how you read this is, and I enlarged it a little bit. So when you read it here, this is their MC number that they were granted without being active yet when they filed on the 28th of December, 2021. So the name of the applicant is Prasad Transportation Incorporated, and they are representing themselves. The corporation is representing themselves. So, and then the type of authority is the interstate. Remember, interstate, you can cross state lines. Common carrier, remember the 4 types of authorities: common, contract, passenger, and household goods. So this is an interstate common carrier except household goods. So they're moving what's called general freight, okay? So that's what you're looking for when you come to the SAFER website, how you navigate to it. And then once you get to the, that's what you're looking for when you come to the register, which is gotten to through the SAFER website, I should say. And when you get to the register, you scroll down or you click in the page and you enter, a page number that's a little bit further along in the, so of 149 pages here, I entered page 97 and got down closer to the area that I needed to, which is the fitness area, as opposed to just scrolling down my mouse. So I kind of got there a little quicker, but once you get to the fitness category, then you are in the right section. And then you just look for the MC number, which is an MC number that was given, but it's not active yet. The date that they filed. The date that they filed means that they've applied for the operating authority on the FMCSA website by filling out the OP1 form, which is the application for a motor property or broker authority. When the date that they did that was on the 28th, in this example, they paid that $300 one-time non-refundable fee. Once they paid that, the FMCSA put their information, which is this right here, all of this information here, into this register. So this date says that on the 28th, they applied for the operating authority, paid the $300, and this date and this journal entry in the register notates that, okay? It is not the date that their authority is active. So, but just because their authority is not active yet, does not mean that you, as an independent freight dispatcher, shouldn't, at least you can leverage that actually. Call them and say, hey, I see you guys applied on the 28th for your operating authority. Once it becomes active, are you looking for a dispatcher? And then if they say yes, you start the conversation a little further. Okay, what equipment type do you have? Where are you looking to go? How much are you looking to make cents per mile? And you start that conversation that way. So the purpose of using the register is to kind of like target those individuals who are just coming into the industry as owner operators, truck drivers, carriers, and to see if they need dispatching services, okay? So remember, MC number, date that they filed for the authority, the applicant, and the representative of the applicant, okay? And the type of authority that they applied for, all right? Interstate, common carrier, except household goods. So hopefully this video will help you guys understand how to navigate through the SAFER website to the FMCSA register when you are going after new carriers, not necessarily new carriers who are active, but new carriers who have applied for their operating authority, okay? Talk to you later.